Cheba Kwaba Efa Emra Bekem Jubedi so on Adom TV, live on DSTV channel 280, GoTV channel 119. Multi TV dig was to say live and so one of them. And that's what you break. Now do a video at Adom TV. I say aha and I bet you some penina a day every bidding. The accuracy in Siamo Frances yet me and for same the Kajubedi Amro. The Minister of Health, Member of Parliament, Manisha would Gaboso constituency, Honorable Kwabena Mintah Akando. Atnase. Kumodia Udo Bebre. The Kasepa Efa says a wana a core hospital. Nor do health insurance a qua. In Twin Tracy on records. Now, if you refer back to the old system, you saw file folder at the ban. Maybe a babadri, dear na buying a ye and premprin or how ben abba near near woman and kay smooth aquana doctor odo culture no you or records near watchers and animal show do one when they met me a show aquatwal dear na ba home. Dear Penfonso, a bit me. Now, the Minister of Health, walk all day.
Yamene mon pai bo me hwe.
Gabos woko.
Yame adom boko.
Honorable Kwabena Mintah Akando. So the last time you know, nurses ne ba won me hwe ani achi na black ni nyina yida na ba beka fita. I'm so wow. Tedious.
Well, Edia, with or without the position, I would have gotten here anyway.
Okay.
Me obi a minya gray hairs in them.
Oh, okay.
As far back in secondary school.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes too, the way I see eja meeting, the way I cut it, and man from pa those days.
Yeah.
Inti uja me nwi ba green and so issue. Yeah. But okay. Anyway, grade yeah. Obi a one interpretation of grey. and I don't like adding chemicals to my hair.
Oh, okay.
No.
To be job and I.
Okay.
Stress now.
Well, I'm really enjoying it. Well, you cannot say so. Yeah, health minister. The place is a very sensitive place, and so you should be on top of the work all the time. But I don't think that BBI was stressing me too much. I was no.
That appointment really as a surprise to you.
Appointment
as Minister of Health.
Should I say a surprise? I think I was honored, but Muni said a surprise be breeze because Namia Daroma at the time I was a fourth timer in Parliament now.
Yeah.
What I say, be a member Parliament for Sabi my pay me dues to the party
16 years
from a youth organizer, deputy regional youth organizer, substantive regional youth organizer, fourth time in Parliament, Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, a ranking member for 7 years.
Yeah.
So it was not too much of a surprise, but I felt humbled and honored.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say surprise. I don't think it will be the appropriate word to use here.
Okay.
But I felt very humbled and honored. It was not an entitlement. It was not my right.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to serve my people.
Okay. And you are willing to serve?
Why not? At any time.
Minister, I didn't know if the hospital yes, I refer back to Kofa Fodabre. DNS.
Well, nanke ni kwansi drew her.
Okay.
Na enema who say minua okoboy I issue some writer be responsible. Ebi who be
sure.
Very good. To the press conference at my end, but I'll give him one advice. Issues of this nature say bow party for be push you. But you always have to remind one thing, that you have an integrity to protect. It's a work can be and you have to be very careful. Omo mbe push you now. Koko. When you go as you are, that same party, but power make us who need integrity. They won't even give you anything. They can't use you for anything.
What what you say? You
know, Mamisha same free baby. They be drew her. Then you not what reminded me. Not my joining in there. The CN said in 2000. In fact, a NDC are buying his essential John Dramani are buying in 2016, and you see a bear e-health into a pilot.
Yeah.
Into a pilot way, you know, in 2019, and MPP are buying a signed contract with company BFN Lightwave.
Okay.
Into can say connecting 950 health facilities. That's what I say. Na amount as ika put 300 that size ayine so $100 million our fanye.
Okay.
Now amo 3 years from 2019 to 2022 and a contract was a ewu.
Okay.
Inti ewu ye no na omuntumi connect 950 no enwie almost cite some other reasons such as COVID money ade into omuntumi enwie and almost extending another year to expire on in 2023 ebiem 2023 so ewu ekwawie no na omunwie and almost extending the BM to expire on 31st December 2024.
Okay.
But maybe what you say.
Okay.
Until as at 31st December 2024, no, there is no contract between Ghana government and nay sa company no.
Okay.
Okay. Now, into be obeka say ye can say same way now obeka say aban terminate abrogation. Now some na ye can ontiase. You cannot terminate an expired contract.
Contract be anyhow.
But what I say?
Yeah.
What I say we have move on.
Yeah, uncle.
Into the issue of a buy for rubber, into no occupying crop rubber doesn't arise at all.
Okay.
Because there was no contract.
Okay.
Let's move on from there. Now, out of the 100 million amakachi no, omuye and amakachi say 950 head facilities. At the end of 31st December 2024, no ma connecting move 450
out of the 900.
Out of the 950. So there's still an understanding of 500 head facilities.
Okay.
And no more music anymore $77 million. Hear me well.
Okay.
But what I say, $100 million. You try move 77. 950 head facilities. I move 450.
Okay.
What I say, now there's this argument say, oh, again, ye per se, ye di eba. Now number one, say per se ye di eba contract be anyhow. The inside so be able to. Okay. The sign of 500 be why you touch it.
Okay.
And then find a non-fan and crop for why do we come back to touch? I mean, tackle 450. No, it doesn't make sense. Nti contract ni mo no. You divided into be a friend milestones. Milestone 1, milestone 2, milestone 3. Nti milestone be a area. I was say be a de ma aban no. So I say infrastructure need be because as a Chinese say, yeah, health data. And it quite say individual be one more no to make control and national security assets.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Okay.
Until we are handover.
The omu setting up the whole framework. And I said
no, you're dividing scope.
Yeah.
Until you say milestone 1, ABR connected all the teaching hospitals.
Okay.
We are handover.
Okay, that data no.
That data need to be the why be infrastructure
need be
aban ho.
It is who connect the teaching hospitals need we are.
Now
aban no full control on the data.
That is it.
First,
need quite say wo vendor no control your data.
Okay.
I was say with the administrative access in my yen.
Okay.
I was say with the administrative access to the server no so my yen.
Okay.
And let me also make this point. The fact is say obi the server babesi doesn't mean you have access to the server. Server enya dia ya twere won akwa abekenkan bibia wo so. You need administrative very good access to it. Nso we obi betimi the server na be see with them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you have an access to the server. But what you say?
Okay.
Good. Inti ya nyesa. Ena ye can say baby ye drew yaba de abanye tua oka ene de waye bia no hand over to us.
Okay.
Contract that expire. Whether we will sign a new contract or not, we must understand what we are inheriting.
Okay.
I was here to say, you who they were in the year audit. In some be the PM. Audit no ye no back why who ye say. Back why who ye say. Infrastructure nankasa. Hardware no. If you hire HP laptop. Your quality, I specify. Man, who say it was not specified in it was specified. The quality of materials was specified in the contract.
Okay.
We were going to cheaper ones. If you are the quantity, if you are monfa 100 and call, we were calling about assessment. If you are 50, these are gaps. Your quantified is around 18 million.
Okay.
What I say. Another sensitive one.
Okay.
How could we nankasa why admit it? Oh, we might make catch.
Okay.
Contract no, and yet pre-finance.
And yet
pre-finance. Uria, but the obey no beji huska.
And to when sika now the can dey. Well, sika now
the contract. Yes.
Okay, so
contract be as anity.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Ebia, oh, your contractor, Ebia, UTIA, Pesiama mobilization. The man mobilization we are, the Obia no easy certificate.
Yeah.
No Baba Jenkayen.
Okay.
Now, the who you say, you sign out of the 77 million, no, in the year 2024, no, no, about 10 to 11 million dollars beer. There was a tackle about 157 health facilities.
That was an a security car.
That be a part of the 77, a part of the 100 million. No?
Okay.
And a part of the 77 na make us a diamond. Now, sir, 10 to 11 million dollars. No.
Okay.
I was saying year about 157 facilities. You call muno, the team verify no, na 7 out of 157.
Okay.
What I say. Now, see the call boy a kind of response on him. So, what response me be actually say, or say, payment have been 62% from the Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
And 38% from the National Health Insurance Authority, totaling on one kasa.
Okay.
So what? Make me for the amount. Very good. On one kasa, mami kan ebia second page wa. Maybe what say facts, false facts by the current minister.
Okay.
False in between to date, Lightwave has digitized any false claim by the current minister. No,
okay.
Or see, payments have been 62% from the Ministry of Finance and 38% from the National Health Insurance Authority, totaling $76.99 million.
Which is basically $77 million.
Okay. Or say, paid and 23 million outstanding. Or say, as of December 2024, reconciliation showed an unutilized advance. Okay. Onwa so the three Sasika we you. Out of Sasika we in November, Otuemu $5 million. Sasika we.
Okay.
Onwa the three Sasika we.
That's in what I'm November.
Saying. In November, aka 1 month. Na contract na expire no. Out of this 10 million, Okobo Tuemu $5 million.
Okay, so was it the second or
third milestone?
Third milestone. Okay.
Third milestone.
Okay.
But what I say?
Okay.
Contractor, and even if Minia Okoboy, unim say, if there is nothing wrong with the contractor, you have the mandate before the expiration of the contract to extend.
Okay.
I don't know why. Why didn't you do it? What I say? On one a year, or they may clarify. No, maybe they will have to go back and look for a different response to the press conference I'm hearing. And then on one and why agree say, yeah, man, 77 million ampa.
Yeah.
Why agree to say there is on or see in his own language showed an unutilized advance. What it means is that he's been overpaid. Unutilized amount yet to be
There be overpaid in what sense? Because the quantum sum of the contract, no, $100 million, and you $77 million. It didn't overpay.
Overpaid because the actual can only one.
So per $77 million, not why you also year 22 for
77 million.
You know, so I
was say, or year 143 plus 443 plus 157. 157, I mean, we do come to see you know.
It is 453 no,
453 why
okay.
Why year 453. Also, my catch why you verify 450.
Okay.
In the 443 plus 7 now make us out of the 157. No, why you move 7?
Why move 7?
Do you understand?
Okay.
And then may sir, why 440 450?
It another by 150 actually.
Very good. On year you cheer who full. So that is what I mean by he has been overpaid.
Sir, as
we no a year Okobo ankasa response.
Okay, sir, we am also say we share the quantum of adwuma no ye na ejina most of our teaching hospitals.
Exactly.
It is so hwe sika e be kosa e hodum na. Basically so no Okobo e ka ba ko be say uka the 500 na aka no ebu mu a omo health population ban enru kolebu any
no cheap. It's easy to do. Okay. The question is, I don't know. So big,
I didn't know. Obet me about no or say baby and the padudu on a one.
I agree. Yamount you contract near 3 years.
Okay.
Yamount 5 years fire.
Okay.
And also the kind of crying full. Nti therefore no, you twa wo sika nyina de amount. Nti ade no wanye. Why didn't you do it?
More money is more than $100 million.
Oh, the American say, Yankuku, your contract now, Yankuku $100 million in your farm mouse, a jet, Nafako. Yeah. Name the Obey Biano, Inti Anka, sa 10 point something $million. And Nick can say the man on Teso, I win a Juma.
I said, what do you want to have a count?
I can't on your senior what they won't crata by near Chiauka.
So it means that when you're Chiano ahead of somebody.
Fantastic, that is what I mean by he's been overpaid. Into Jumano. Why yes Siano. Any sikana, ye dia mano na. Ono a okogboy ka kire say, tie brofo no kan ye no. Ne enko hobim. Okogboy say payment have been 62% from Ministry of Finance and 38% from the National Health Insurance, totaling 77 na me kan ye na. Ndo ni mi ni chinye. Okay. And ono a say and 23 million outstanding. Or say as of December 2024, reconciliation showed an unutilized advance. Okay. An unutilized advance.
It will be Lightwave for $10 million no away.
So these are the issues.
Mubisa no say away.
In fact, apart from that, we know we sign the invoice square bread so we say be Jessica free aban ho.
Say the juma de oguso ye.
No, I didn't say won ti ase yi. Say aban etwa sika e de maw. Oh, number 1, me kan aka kire say. Ye mfa sika na maw ansa na wakoye adwuma no. Yeah. What you say? Nti say wo Jessica no, na say won ye hu adwuma you've been overpaid. Number 1. What you say? Oh. Number 2. Say aban sika wo ho. Adwuma wa ye no is a matching up to adwuma na wa ye na. When untumi sign ko Jessica biem free aban ho. Na waka say wa adwuma no migusu nti ma sika mo. Ye nye ne saa. Pacho ko what you say? But say what you say me gidi ye say tiefo bebre no e beti ase. Nti na me pese to me bono. Nti and again in some portions of na statement no or say we have terminated, we have abrogated the contract. And it's so free.
Because we knew adwuma no.
The contract has expired. So why does the termination comes in? Yeah, but contract expire terminity.
But as a nation,
so I'm interested. Then I'll go back and take you through. This guy has been very wicked to this country.
Why?
Both the vendor and you see, Osaka, I have no point in time I can't say vendor no or nye Ghanaian. The vendor is a Ghanaian, everybody knows him, resident in Atlanta, and the cloud infrastructure, the development and the deployment of it sits in India. That is what I have said. It's not in Ghana. That's the cloud infrastructure.
Ministry.
And when you come and put a server there, server it doesn't give you access, administrative access.
There will access na uni and say a bit a
data. But what is it that we need? But let me develop. Probably make betwaswa.
Okay.
Inti ye buy ye no. Ye we nyina awie ye no. Ne ka say masa. O de bra. Na one yen transition na hand it over. Okay. Under normal circumstances no. I was say oh ye could aban na was say own ade no. Any kwase or no kra no access. Or no wako why we allow him access and no because I was say aban and there was a control data need
baby a dream.
Baby o se baby o se anybody be control data need bia. Na ka say okay before we proceed from here software no almost sign contract no enya aban dia. Yeah. Lightwave, into a friend lamps no. Yeah. Into you know be sign be a friend no service maintenance agreement. Okay. Yenya ni offer no. Okay. But answer the best sign agreement as part of the contract no. You say give us the access, the administrative access to the data and the service. Okay. Because they're sensitive records. Okay. So what I said, until the Maya we are, then we take it from there. In the contract, or say he doesn't want to hear anything about data. Free.
About data no
exactly in the contract. And in fact, when you know, my inviting one-on-one around table, we had discussing this issue. So one-on-one, and there are other CEOs in the ministry. Yamo also are engaging. They are also in the picture. Also on my ABM or say yen 450 now. You are verifying. No? Yeah. Yenkasi you are verified 461.
And no catch was verify 461.
Yes, unfortunately you need to
or see the internet no say Moncas one verify
or say or no say the conditions in the Yankas you verify 461 you say no you verify 450 it is a additional one there ebia yen hu ya with your fabra.
Oh, okay.
What you say?
Okay.
Nti we nyina chi no na odu ba bia ni wadum system ne call off and my say Okoboy say we don't have evidence say we doom ade na na say the whole country obi a health professionals omodi adwuma nya omunim say ade odum no nyame na America. I get the response from the grounds. For the past 2 weeks
doom or no one doom a
system no nyina shutting it down. In fact, for the past 2 weeks the whole and now me can say the whole thing is off. Well, the point is that so when you are buying crowd bibia your mra o mai what you say a buying crowd they will car any into you take us to court but who do baby na so say what doom system no nyina on say very dangerous in this am raining nyina no and now one very interesting thing he was doing or no year way nyina they were planting stories in the media as though the ministry was doing something wrong so they were planting stories but that time no yamba bontin because you need to be my bontin make problems nyina emfa nkyere Ghana for abra ye ni solution.
Okay.
Inti baby edu ye ne say okay baby ye de komu yi.
Yeah.
And then and ye betumi aya e be free sa tibia we mu. The then ye de bedu ha.
Okay.
Number 1. Ye nka say e ko hye nema ni nyina ase foforo. Number 1. The de edu ha ne say na software no enye Ghana dia.
Minister Fachemi, now me reading this message from Lightwave. Also systems being shut down. I can see. Please tell the Honorable Minister, nobody shut down the system. Recently, facility managers have disconnected connectivity to their facilities to prevent Lightwave staff in accessing to provide support. These disconnections invariably causes a trigger that would lock systems out until connectivity is established.
It's not true. Me, personally, the minister and other CEOs have engaged the man and we were persuading him to switch it on. So I didn't know I didn't come in switching it off. I mean, let's not divert. People said their as embassy here, they will set their questions. Now, one way here you lose track. Now I can discuss somebody, so I won't discuss this. And I'm saying that where we stand now, sabi you a chief for suma. Me nim nyansa say ade ye adwuma emfa pressure bia meto me so no. Me say men disrupt no.
But does this hospitals no any access
be? Enya no correct. Lightwave nankasa e won nkrofo on the ground ha omo ye adwuma no. And hospitals for no any omo ye adwuma no. Hospital ben and no pay assistance. I will say Lightwave. We want my assistance, but me assistance me pay. Look, CEOs call the guy. Say massa problem ye economy no. O ka kire omo say what the invoice abre minister muntua ne ka nto ntumi ye bibia. Please let us not divert the attention. It's not true what he's saying. Look, me minister, me a doctor, me a clinic, me a hospital, I me adwuma. I get a feedback from the grounds. So the medical doctors and this Mr. Minister, Director General, CEOs, the ECOMUNIO, then we respond to that. And indeed, when you confronted the guy, he accepted it. So this one, let's put it aside. Intino, I will say a solution. I didn't think the idea bedroom. One. Okay. The idea bedroom, and I say conscious system in our for. Okay. The idea bedroom, say software no enye dia. Intino ye
you need control.
You need control enye dia. And the case can any sign agreement, no so on tiasi. Number 1, software. Into the and say Ghana and Kasabe penny software, any individual being the control, perpetuity.
I have to say Ghana now be owning the software.
Ghana buying Ghana and Kasa. Now we are working with NITA and the security agencies so that we are national security asset. The records of patients. I need to say also the man will be quite more one can control as and when he desires.
It's Ghana buying NISA quality all the data no empty.
Meba. Okay. Into software no dey run away no you say a person are buying and air control. Into be our build the software and all build we are hand over to the state.
Contractor be a fan so on build software.
All build we are it's for the state. Let's move on.
The same contractor now be collecting data nana.
Okay. So data, my main show. Now, and I'm saying no access to the data, any access to the data.
Okay.
I have say on my access on farm my
Okay.
We had to think out of the box to get the data.
Okay.
What I say.
Okay.
So fortunately enough, the claims database of the National Health Insurance and I'm saying when you check claims to know.
Okay.
We had the data. We are doing something what we call reconstruction of the data.
Okay.
What I say. Okay. The last 4 days on a briefing, you know, we had reconstructed not less than 14 million and 71 visits. 71 million visits.
Okay.
So we are reconstructing the data
from national health insurance.
From national health insurance.
So what happens to more use to private insurance in this way? Obi use to private health insurance. Yeah, or no the data ewo ebia or tade ko Kolebu hospital. Say the pebenet me are recollect the data.
So data na ye develop no as and when you be drew where no.
Okay.
We are developing it more and more and more and more. Okay. For now, no, maybe a year doing, and we are starting with there are other angles, avenues I used to. Okay. But and until now, I didn't want to go there because some of these issues are national security issue. Okay. Mention take so those things. So that's why I sighed before responding to it. But if I also don't respond, Ghana for no mutie and because hey, the data and the class you. So that is why I have given you this answer. Okay. Now, so we are solving the issue of the ownership of the software. Okay. That's what I say. Okay. Now there was another dangerous thing. According to the expert, so no, who could find vendor? Remember, not manipulative. So you don't give the vendor direct integration of your national health insurance billing. Anybody, the ministry and our buying must own what they call exchange. Okay. And a middleware. Until you could vendor, and the vendor will come and plug into a hono, and data will be lodged in. Okay. Until you be able to plug it in. It's not saying
Cabana and setting the base.
And so will be all baby a plug in. It's a whatever person you the every month. I had the what here. Okay. So until these are the problems. Into number one, that's why we are working on to get the software, okay, and then to get the middleware. Okay. In the idea, see, you can be afresh because the idea is for the state. Into the young fee say anyone who will ask him for it and will chase him for baby. But at the moment, solution here any year pay. Okay. Into Yankopon Adaro my year roadmap, a year press conference, no, a more presentation, and all the communion and all stakeholders are on board. You invited medical superintendent group. Okay. You invited the CEOs of the teaching hospitals. You invited National Health Insurance. You invited Yoko. AG is on board. Minister for Communication on board. Mintah Akando, everybody. Mintah Akando, a national issue. So what I say. You see, I'm more pilots. And they were at Rich Hospital. They were roll-up plan. The first week, you will roll the teaching hospitals, the regional hospitals, and the highly populated districts. Okay. What I say. If we are the second week, you will come to the rest of the teaching hospitals. No, you about it me we no, the third one, only about the polyclinics, okay, the health centers, the CHIPS compound, near we. The fourth week, near mop up, near we. Okay. What I say. And so now we have a solution, and I'm able to come here to speak because I have the solution. It's games so and I make software no I develop your friend games. This in what's about here lens. Yeah. Where your games, where your Ghana Health Infrastructure Management System, Ghana. And one the control, one share games. We are engaging a company in Ghana.
A private sector.
Yes. I mean, if you are building the software, you engage a private sector to build the software for you, and then you take ownership. So BBC say, then your mind Ghana, your health data could be a private sector and some another private sector now build. What will be the difference? Yeah. That question you must say 10 times. As for the building of the software in the year, or building we are okay. Into control ni wo wunsem. Okay. Into data ni bibia wo wunsem, una wo control. Okay. Into vendor na cry baso ba bibia, una wo allow access onto it. We are why screening the okoye no ho, then he gets out. How much will it cost Ghana government? These are some of the questions. You see, I mean, okay, it is very, very important, and I think I have not regretted it doing politics from the grassroots. Okay. And being a communicator for the party. Some of these things, it helps you. You play the devil's advocate. Okay, I did make questions. I anticipated all these questions. Okay. I anticipated it. Okay. And so, in fact, when we engaged them, it was my target to say, Sir Jumana, game limbs you know that work no more you know kwa to see ano amount of more charge you know me make sure say obi obese adwuma no on charge up to that amount so that nobody will come and tell you we criticize we na we mumba I need no dey able so until hear me well.
Okay.
And when I make a statement, I make the statement and I think I corrected it at the Asempa FM.
Okay.
I said it is going to cost us half of what LEMS did. So the impression is that okay, half of their LEMS did 100 million.
Okay.
So okay, half of their 50 million.
Yeah.
But that is not the point.
Okay.
Okay. Once my catcher say, "Nye bibia na ekwen for."
Yeah.
The infrastructure no ho.
Yeah.
What I mean is that SaaS software no, and then you roll out, and then they are making, and in fact, there's an additional project and anchor LEMS about the middleware na making. Into what the nina ebomo the omo year amount no more year the same thing no the year kwako by half of what the LEMS charge.
So how much did it cost us to get the software from LEMS?
I don't want to put the figures out.
Honorable Minister of Health.
No, I won't put the figures out for
Ghana
now.
Fosika.
Oh, I won't put the figures out for now. But what I can assure you is that it is not up to the amount, and in fact, it's about half of what they charge that. So what Ghanaians are interested in is value for money.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. ATPC, I'm going to say, how much are they going to use to build the same software? Yeah, but the same quality of service.
It is. I'll answer that question.
Better.
I'll put it out there. I'll put it out there. I have nothing to hide. But at this stage, because we are now building the system, rolling out things, and microphone also from. And this we'll come back to this conversation again because I can't hide it. It's out there. And when we sign the contract to be that, in fact, Parliament can, yesterday somebody even asked me the same question. Parliament can even ask me to come and bring the contract itself. They have the right. Nothing to hide. And so I'm being guided by all these things.
It must sign a contract in every year.
Contract.
When the games when games now you're building.
Yes, we are on it.
Contract
we are on it. They are doing the pilot now. We are on it. My catcher say you 4 weeks plan.
Okay.
My church first week there be second week there be third week there be so go so here. That me the catcher also say they are even doing the pilot now more rage.
Honorable, Obi Kacho say a car and I will bought Ghana. Obi no say because you were Obi our building the same software plus data. Yeah, Ghana by $77 million.
And so Obi ebo a buying a car. Yet you say a buy a bon can a farmer and ne.
Yeah.
Ye baby a tea. What I say?
Okay.
Sanka, you were ownership of the data. And can control through these problems. If you have the ownership of the data and access to the server, any software now, won't go through
if
this
the
system.
contract now, you're Ghana buying the signage and say every lot to be able to be a jai home back any farmer government. That's what farmer I didn't impress the legal assets.
Oh, everything I'm talking to you about, don't forget you're near your ma for 4 years.
Sure.
Until more should have ensured that this happened. So we have just come.
You took over that contract, no? I
spy.
So now you have a full control of BBR.
As I'm who can know something.
Matu, I'm telling you, before we take you over.
Let me name them. Take you over.
That is not on a bank any contract BR.
Listen, my catcher will say, a project no, yekon, also hand it over. Nkakra. So the ministry should have insisted at every point in time.
Yeah.
And that is why I did the forensic audit. You cannot refer anybody to any place when you don't have the facts. You don't know what exists on the ground. You can't do that. And so you do that. Oh yeah, you invite him and then tell him that, look, at the end of the day, you have to hand over to us. And also on yet.
Minister, so for the past 8-9 months, this is a conversation now.
Yes.
Back to back.
And you see, at a point in time, and you see, the interesting aspect is that the vendor doesn't live in Ghana. He's not resident in Ghana. Although a Ghanaian, but he's not resident in Ghana.
Okay.
And you see, I've gone through a lot as far as this thing is concerned. We have dragged this issue for over 4 to 5 months. At some point in time, I had to stay behind and push other people in to go for negotiations. It didn't work. We were not dealing with somebody who was reasonable. Thank you.
What is so because Mintah Akando no also pay 23% from Lightwave. Omo contract no renew amu ansana na we have farmer no do ho before say contract come on
look, let me tell you this, let me put it on. I've heard issues about vendors say obe releasing me videos. Maybe I'm telling
also videos, man.
I don't know. You will release my videos. A whole matter of, you see, if you are dealing with issues, that's why I don't want to bring those things in. If you are dealing with issues, you don't act tangentials.
Okay.
You understand? Me hey, I'm a village boy. Me a village boy. And sabi in previous me a rice farmer. What I say? Inti me embrace kasa.
Okay.
You understand? Inti so you can go to hell. What is important is that you look, I have asked people to even talk to him that look, we have Adentina. So me request be free where your man offer. Say you signing a service maintenance agreement with you.
So who nana person ko gi 23%.
Service maintenance agreement.
So o gi na must renew the whole contract na ko dey wie 500 na aka no.
Me say service service maintenance agreement na me person me gi 23.
So the service maintenance agreement ni to mu a ye ko anim na no e ka must renew the whole contract ni bi no dey wie 500 na aka. Na you say ka wo pay 23%. As commission minister no correct.
I can never do this. Why? So for what? Yes, be a name free say. The service maintenance agreement is completely different from an extension.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So mean demanding 23% for service. I don't know answer you know. And I know so me demanding. So what? So it doesn't make sense. Oh, obi also why now you say opiso chantro no. Look, as I'm okay. I can mention names, so more I catch almost say this guy he will go after. Look, let me tell you one thing. I'll tell you.
Okay.
You call Onga.
Okay, United Nations General Assembly.
This guy confronted me in the street, insulted me. I am telling you. Oh, and never be tangentials. He insulted me in the streets of New York. Confronted me head on. Yes. He's and apart from where you know, me free Onga buy no, na me say man offer. So we are ready for service maintenance agreement. This is how reasonable I am. And I'll tell you another thing. I'll put it on air. Oba no.
Yeah.
Was it or the invoice aba?
Yeah.
The invoice no, you try to about $1 million. You try to invoice neka. Because say contract they work with you no. So based on what can we pay you this money? Until then partner me first submit your car. So people were like, okay. Then let's sign the agreement. We have to look. I was even prepared. Say, because the contract had expired in 31st December 2024, we can even begin the new contract from 1st January.
Okay.
That's how reasonable.
So yeah, extension now.
Yeah, extension. I'm talking about the service.
Okay,
maintenance.
Okay.
We can begin from there.
Okay.
To have a 2-year contract. What it means is that now within the 2025, we can pay you something.
Oh, okay.
That's how reasonable we were. Why would I go and ask for 25%? For what?
I would say 23.
23%. For what? You see, so Nipa ni Brea, and I can show you messages from 3 days, 4 days ago. People reaching out to me from what he's saying and all that. That in your if you're in a public office, some of these things will come. I am looking out for worse things than this. If he has any evidence, some me demand anything, one Ghana city from him. Since I took office as a minister, you should put it out there. He can go to hell.
You resign.
You can go to hell. I resign. If he has any evidence, make Mintah Akando, since I took office as a minister responsible for health, but demanded one Ghana cities, I will resign that day.
Honorable Mintah Akando, Minister of Health.
Master, me, so he can go to hell. Whatever he wants to put out there, I've heard a lot. But I know the consequences of what I'm doing. And we'll make sure that we protect Mother Ghana. And we will not allow any blackmailer. What he's doing is blackmail. He has held the whole country to ransom for multiple weeks. And he's veering into blackmail. He drops names as he talks.
Obere Patnama, please.
Or the issue is with the security agencies already. Makacho said all the stakeholders are on board. We have the AG on board. Everybody is on board.
If you term the Jumedi as blackmailer and we against Ghana, Obere Patnama, please.
You do why you cross. So I get when I work on me maintain baby as I say my demand 23%.
23%.
I don't mean my demand.
As a base case power.
And I'm saying that if he has any evidence, some man could blame Mintah Akando. Me say on my 23% and even 1% of the extension, I say me resign. I'll resign. Oh, what kind of? You should know that the type of person you are dealing with. It's called something Jabba.
Lightwave, Papa.
Lightwave. It's called something Jabba. You should know the kind of person you are dealing with. Me, I will not divert. Let's look for the solution for Mother Ghana.
So that's what I'm going to talk now to say the trick. Come down, Waba. Yabetua, Kubadeso. Yes, I'm a BMT. But I'm to send a trick. The Honorable Minister of Health, Mintah Akando. And the Moran Chebekwa nominate Dr. Bernard Okoboy, former Minister of Health, and so I call you in Komo. Efa the same and Komo ya yedi ehom. Na ya share kwen betimi afa so yepe ne puma sibre and sena Honorable Kwabena Mintah Akando ekano. For now he's not putting out the figure about how much ebe cost Ghana buying for games. Adwuma ya omo eye ehom. Now see every pem or the figures no eba make us say imbu say ba make sure police in the drone no eno eni mesre wada say opedu papa betimi aboa ma diabetes ade etimi ye free one ulcer cancer mojamroso hypertension ekum nipa no awrewo ekum nipa do timi so ya pedro why efa ye ho ya pedro fa ye na wankofa asembia meto wabusua som oba mesre wada candidiasis enye o ya de bone pa egumani mu ase e ma sabi be ma bi ampeso e ba ho be ma bi aba ona for twetwe no so de we enkoye mesre wunya imbus heba make sure that me aboa akle ni nyina e de frɛ honam ya oba boso me aso abu nsada bia oti ya me ka kyerɛ wo ese o sami ya nketeketi bi won ma bi obetimi aba but so ya na no koye den pa so ohia painkiller da bia bebu nsade a ene ha wunya imbus heba make sure when ma to ntimi endidi waye mre waye bojo ba bia enye wadura enie police ni na duro no imbus heba mixture o ma ba bia to do bia kwa unsa ebeka bi ato be sro kode kope bito na emwa ye pam saso na Queen Bees Catering and Decoration Services. Queen Bees Catering and Decoration Services enie edewu misrawo Pebi breakfast papa cocoa wom oats wom just a breakfast min kan de majadien breakfast min kan de majadien there be am kan wo ye adwumakuo na opese o manfo empie tabia se yekoto awiane a ene Queen Bees and sign contract sem stro de bia ankran krojua mu serve madwumafo breakfast anamu ye adwumafo na dem onjuma kura che da ni breakfast policy bi o won na se 1% mo gia okay se de bia yem pie basa na affect adwumenti no Queen Bees be serve ye breakfast ye twiaka eti ade achi wesimi pe obrayo wesimi pe oat wesimi pe Tom Brown wesimi pe cocoa wo ye ni nyina oba obi edi bone de ho uba ne yi obi ade no achinje bia ni ho no twiaka na akọ Queen Bees aduane so ade ne bo so wo fom papa ti bisro memo koto aduane bia ma breakfast ko enwu omu ni hweye the Queen Bees dey be from 0244 362 256 0244 362 256 and 020 897 1019 020 897 1019 na any Queen Bees any egita home mamefa happy birthday kofa Mama Margaret Afia Sika Asare of Achimota New Plan and your birthday so we show happy birthday. You are 71 years today from your children and grandchildren in Ghana, Canada and America. We say live long and God bless you. If we set Kwame Boate ehonum. Eti momi ye show happy birthday. Nyankopon enchira no onyo kese ko ise obeye kese pam. Then also happy birthday to senior Kotoko fan supporter JC Maker sales representative BBA Ebi and your birthday. You wish you all the best. Nyankopon enchira na onyo kese ko ise obeye kese pa na meto eyama wai meto chocolate amount. Ebi meto chocolate amount. Why so happy birthday Enko Enfa. And then also happy birthday to Sheila Agana, an entrepreneur at Bibiani New Compound. As you celebrate your day, may God put a smile on your face every day and answer all your heart desires. Auntie, well, okay. Auntie Joe, happy birthday Enko Enfa. Mame kwa maso na the former Minister of Health, Dr. Okoboy Enko Tri. Enko Dr. Tinka Machalo pay eba begyo so.
Oh, yeah, Michelle, was your first now.
I have also Joso Edawase, Dr. Bernard Okoboy. Limbs contract, yeah, Mosaya, a wuya mu free office. Na say, or musie, or mu young what you may do by beer, or some dane data no be beer the magana by. Mr. Sana ne wo contract na, muno mo sign mwana.
First of all, no, Maminka said LIMS project, no, a project, and a contractor, digitize Ghana, hospitals, and clinics,
Okay. Yeah.
Now, a Jumano Shasi 2019. But in Kofobe brain, him say, LIMS, end this 2016, and a more approaching government say, a more unique solution, be a ama, Ghana ya jai folder any certity nyamana. In 2016, NDC by sign contract. Emma Lim are digitizing 25 hospitals in the central region, including Cape Coast City Hospital. Ejumanu Koye, now is the first time in Ghana Yatimani Obia, ultimately 2 hospitals, Eddie Omubon Kono. Now, Omu Abaisi Sayano, company no air approaching Ministry of Health, ministry, Yedumaya Jumadu central region. We did say you Ghana never boa. And Ghana banki too. Yet the contract no, you so saucy because no more pet and I said or much less or more than in Jenny say or make me my hospital by who Canada if you won't kita folder. And the Ghana buying and almost sign contract so moon digitize the whole Ghana. Now yet better a Jumano and Ghana for the Brentino. Yes, she almost say out of 90 state hospitals and our facilities are digitized. There were small ones I from a health center. And no, dear, said you, a human no yakaseta because work as a war on doors.
Okay.
Go for moon in a year soon doors. And she shall say, more moon for shouting fair here. Among big hospitals like Confanoche, any Kolibu, any Kesiano, district hospitals, and none of West form. In the middle, say, Lightwave are digitizing all district hospitals in Ghana. Out of the system. All teaching hospitals, all polyclinics, health centers, you are about 600 plus. Or my about, let's say, 190. I count about 300 people. Now, although contracts in December 2024, I say, a Jumano Moyano NCPA, actually, they've not finished. Out of is 100 million contracts. I buy NCPA, I buy about 76, and almost a Jumano, almost Moye. Now, if Obi Jumama on year, not cut out the my contract, no. A year now, a kind of baby, you know. And in Jazzy Jumano Acadium, who the competent minister, the only say, who the Nippon Nasi. Now, why what George say, and Jumana Akando, if you only have 6 more months, no way, and I ain't Janisa for Bibiama Minako, Namin Chelsea, and I think, Kashino, Minister Akando, I refuse it and I unsucceed here, so the company to the car. And here, the other problem about it, problem here, you company look at a Minister Akando say, you need to be in costume support him and manage him system. I any Katabia or Television my sky Beginaso. What they are buying what contract in here? Who your company now a man buy a man Katabi, now cost you a Juma.
Doctor Asamoah Anopaya is here that mene on up Mintah Akando a interview. Asamoah Akando so kai say. open up to limbs and penny form. As obema omo maintenance service contract. Now before somebody say contract no, on for back end data no and for Ghana buy. Now Ghana buy any full control because per the way I'm share contract, more share the same. Who ye every face bia na also the who data the back end no. Emma Ghana buy. But see I can say I buy any full control on the data. On for data, this was papa say on person better be bia about data. And because of that, it don't mean signing sign another contract.
Yes. In your
me what, doctor?
Kata honorable minister Kata now. But your transcript, Sabi, Minu Yamia de Akosukara.
Yeah.
Say 2 parties, and yan Chitamu, Nabaku Pio, or them say, wait, Shane and Shakaya. What your Kata be a church here? Oh, me catch your way because you see me Martina order.
Okay.
The question is say, I buy way by no. And your companies via Lightwave Jumana Oyeno for the past 8 years, they be a ministry on the same farmer. Now, yes, say, I buy way by no. I buy way any one of those companies. Yeah, Jumama, or more around so more DT Lightwave CEO. Now, Lightwave, where say, we are IT company, I have IT for the Kata. But we catch yourself, Manu, with source code, I say, software now, Kitano. Jina ukitana yesu nkona wati media contract na eno na odi ye Ghana jira no odi source code no ma no pe nipa do read out me hu kwan over so yeduma no obetimi the whole program na wa develop after many years no after year other jobs after jiuska nsia wa jade
okay
enti minister of the data no any entro Ghana data ni na e wo first floor Ministry of Health bidding no
na be osi cd eso but abai ni control e wo data ne so just a Lightwave for the ma access to Ghana ban say na otimi akọ data nim
it's ya entro access to data and na ye kasai until you free ono anytime I pay access to the data yenya yeah Akando can say one source code I think I get the source code and they revealing how the program works one year. And yet, on for Mujuma. Now, only side in Wamuha. It says that they don't have any competitive edge over any company. But what I say, competitive edge, they say, IT company. And there's nothing strong between Lightwave or secret. And this is the process. And Akando Nyabotel, and or the discussing the on-person or the Omejumaka, or the discussing termination. In exiting the country and now leaving the Ministry of Health, or the PA running program amount. Now, if you are IT firm, on my end, start that, or being Timon go share and copy and duplicate it, and from Cogiscout. Now, only the essay. And then, Honorable Akando say, or this contract, yeah, because private companies are almost pay like to be Jumano, but Bakuna Akanda be Jumano. Akando say, almost software was our company in the home. Ama watia have the price of Lightwave. See the Akando. Obube use Lightwave infrastructure now we see no completed service cinema. Now so software ni dia okoto. Only the just okoto. And the Lightwave momu source code anka. Or the Lightwave software ni na adwin ekoye to mama wati obika. And all I'm saying is that in all these our discussions is adiba kuna yira omu. Contract na ye sign with Lightwave no. Clause 28.1 and 2 ekate. Say, your friend is saying, dispute. Correct. Between Lightwave and your friend is saying,
government of Ghana. Yeah.
Contract is a third party. Propose a third party. Obia or not, you accept your own cambio, and
okay.
That's our third party, and clear point among fast to resolve issue. Say, and also, I'm far. And yet you have adjudication.
So, on Mintah Akando no pay catch say, what try so many ways. I'm a penphobe a friend, but still near see. I was say call UN General Assembly meeting. Lightwave papa no confronting no din attempt to cancel one and send fata.
Is your
Mintah doctor?
We are minister now starting Katasea. You are not being professional. One more personal and emotional issues. Where Ghana tell me Akando.
Okay.
Akonyana Akando, Honorable Akando, Tina Suda. Who got now? Who do be said? Akuntokwa or Fine now, but now, Januswa. You in fact, I'm Tokwano and Ghana Ajuma. In microphone Akando say ode kasa nyina unofficial proposal unofficial like I say odi obi anya asem a wako friend wo so ba bi say matter ye no ma de na nkata but when me kakata what Akando is supposed to do on ye I no na ma Ghana anya problem say authority Lightwave anya differences no your official mediators in Ghana who friend lawyers are your companies or mediators game ye back omo dos
okay
omo share issues now omo tell me boa omo produce transcript the transcript I say ya ti omo come omo ye djuma on say anokwan na ha na eda anka ye ka say mediation company bi aye na wa ka say o Lightwave aye mfuntu a sebi make say Lightwave the mediation for akano ka wondim say enu so amfa contract ni say ye for court na nsia but there court ni wo Ghana wa brocho the judge shemu no see nsia ni okoboy the woman ni say Lightwave ambomodin ana Akando abomodi a na ye de no aye djuma.
So Dr. Bernard Okoboy, do you admit say
1 second
okay
up to now the honorable Akando real fin who say oye minister nti na junior ni say wo tumi tell Lightwave we are buying now the obi sign contractor mo nyina mo tumi pe enti na ntokwa ba ye si mo mfa ma third person all this one no honorable Akando na e ka na asem onu na why no complainant ni judge the contract doesn't give him that power. And finally let me tell you something omo mo ko ye audit of Lightwave no say you any audit company IT companies or move pay Lightwave ejuma na here me na me catch up the first time on your show and secondly audit report not honorable Akando kitano company na Lightwave catch say Mr. why your auditor come here na respond this is standard practice everywhere yeah up to now you can say honorable Akando or the audit nation kotoko obi ani Ghana we audit no or see or the come attorney general for advice in bedroom your crown wanya the company that we are breaking news. Mr. Honorable Akando said, didn't you know what high private company area Lightwave ejuma and so all use the name Ghana Health Information Management or the Catania Masu. On your board, non-book company did the secondly. Why bench you offer ya wako high star company no? Na insia the Emma Misuma Ghana ni say company no and yes 500 health centers na kana o mabe yo mu ejuma. Honorable Akando say teaching hospitals now Lightwave aye dada no. District hospitals now Lightwave aye dada no. Company we in town started training on a different software where a serious financial loss. And to me too say the anything na no e idea bet me solve the minister no jai sebi tinti na or the adinoma mediation company na e tire ye hwesu kan o tire ya hospitals na be ye zuma kama.
Dr. Bernard Okoboy, do you admit, say, $77 million na mucha de ma Lightwave no? E broso $10 million. Wa brother you was so and 1 year enu sabia or say the size cano ekano.
If you are the woman say I will be a road project amount. Or your road now, you 1 kilometer not the cut about no
okay.
Or you 100 kilometers. Or you 100 kilometers and let's say 1 million Ghana cedis.
Okay. Yeah.
And say every kilometer is 10,000.
Sure.
Or you 1 kilometer not the aba. All these certificates are buying no now buying air chanuka. Now, you do a bino, you reconciliation. You want a reconciliation. Say, you share do I any do away. And a reconciliation means say, it's my way to be matching about $67 million.
Okay.
And everyone want. Say, yes, as I Lightwave until I can't buy and you said no matter. Even some of the health centers now, yeah, can't say no. And some of mobile system no so who call echo training and the machines call. There are a two man who cost to steal. And the honorable Akando air can say, oh no, or just can I have but we have reconciliation now. Some of the Jumano Muyana Emba in Captain. Once those hospitals come like that, Jumanesi. And the Ghana buying Lightwave by Jatumute. You a project in Intino. Opu koso yeno. Scano mukitana eno ejumano NC yeno. Ye no advanced certificate. What it means is that project new or ye enti obe ye ko si ho.
Okay.
Now $23 million na kana ebema afere scanning nyina ya ti omo no. What scanning nyina na ejumano nsi ya. And what to be quite the Lightwave coffers. And all I'm saying is that it's an ongoing project. Sikabi e wo Lightwave nsem or koso aye ejumano. And a minister way and from the word go. Why not just say Lightwave Jumano or the company football? Now, any sad Magana say company are the millions of dollars are training over 157,000 Ghanaian health workers and IT experts. You're tuning in out to a pronomo. Now you're copying your identity.
So what was the now as a contract, now the terms and they say, or yeah, you better dream fan or than the Amagana buy.
Or yeah, 100% or the Amagana buy. I got about 20% of the work to be done. Now, TBB, I am a say, oh, yeah, mano, 76 million. Now, so hospitals, no, why you only have 450, but or more money information and a details. Etuma all the hospitals and your pet.
Okay.
Etuma to do a nice way, let's say, Gini Health Center, any number on board, no. It is far different from Kolebu. Health centers normally work at and do 750. Some health workers or more workers up to 10, 15. 80, 500 now, in terms of workload for the contract, it amounts to just about maximum 20% of the work.
Okay.
What it means is that Lightwave has done between 75 to 80% of the contract sum. And if they've been paid about 76%, it matches the work done. Maka will show this all the 500 health centers. And you may say, and to say, only G, any Kolebu, only 2 teaching hospitals. Here you are. Adom Akando, you have the opportunity to network the whole Ghana in about 6 months to 1 year. What that company where I was proving of it, my Jumano, I can find new company. I'm a Udio Muti, what to Mudi say, Ghana Health Information Management. It's a lie. It is a private company. We are journalists. We'll find out.
Or see, no crash on me a private company. Now, so we develop a system we are. On the Dani at the Amagana, but not Ghana by any full control of the data and the system.
Madam. Before I can't buy, no full control on Jai Satsemi, Katami. Katami and try out Toma Ghana for. Ghana already has full control. Listen, company where I work for now only maybe Lightwave catcher on our candle say, ye contract be our own place over my class at BNT. Ye to cost you my 150 Ghanaian workers, no way to my still yet to Muka for the past 1 year.
Okay.
Oh my shame, ye to me, my own cost you mouth 7. Honorable Akando, Sika Ankaya to or budget, I to or MPP time, Ankaya MPP no. Sika is better Lightwave. And then Honorable Akando, Alpha or the Quacotia, company now or the Abano. Now, company ways, Akando and Tiomuka, almost scored in Manu, 10 Lightwave. So it is the conduct of the minister that is giving Ghana problems now, and not the company.
So, Dr. Manakoba, so maybe South say,
yes.
Are the internet for all these years here? I'm on the contract more and more. Now expire, now renew, now expire, now renew. Will you cover time every month? Dear no man, difficult in my Lightwave and to me all the 950 health centers connection.
Thanks, yeah. Before I may answer, no.
Okay.
Don't say no couple never catch you. Say a private company and I did mana.
Yeah.
What's the Ghana health information? I don't say what you know.
Yeah.
That was a serious deception. I exposed it. Wako found no any private company. Emma Watuna di Ghana. Yami Wuya Mobo. Mami comedy. Esia. Na only baby. A two-man Lightwave ayeno. Politics in Tina. Yeah, Jojo Lightwave. And see what Canada. From Kwame Kumambresu to Lightwave bayeno. Now Uko Hospital via Uko Saline Eco Pefolder. To now a country like Ghana with a population of 30 million. Say Udio via share computers in that form. And although Yama Lightwave 3 years on you know. It's now with all due respect. And yet Lightwave and soon a project. You know. Imagine Lightwave never is a Bogatanga Hospital. Say over 2 weeks, so the woman have 2 computers.
Okay.
Say more Bogatanga and cooperating with Lightwave. Need enough IT officers. No, we here 3-4 months of training now. The behavior of Bogatanga, who is part of Ghana as a state, you know, can even prolong your friend is saying.
But doctor, Obianim said before so by a gargantuan contract like this, there are pilot stages. And the choice said, how many challenge say. So what was the consideration? The money you consider who say, I consider a bit nearby Yakwemu in completing the work. At the end, market on same. And this time near to me, we are doing now.
With all due respect, Lightwave now the first company on networking 25 hospitals. And NDC Abresu, Akando said in the party Abresu, and a Lightwave yes at 25, and nobody see at Ghana. Now, so there was only say, let's say Cape Coast City Hospital, now networking to Winneba. Now, only experience that. Central region could do Bogatanga or Upper Easter.
Okay.
And then the ocean or Cape Coast and one of it to but what you are
okay.
And for every local, in fact, what we call rich because now on internet access and see the center and Accra. And see, almost per light with a Jumano, me breaking news say, almost per light with a Jumana check. And so we am for and what the other side me say, company now, I can't see on my Jumano. Put him say, Ghana, you know, only 3-4 hospitals spent. And acquire digitization. Now the S they say that 3 Nikwano, one now will call the other. This is over a folder. They don't talk to each other. Honorable Akando is now taking us on a road that even step experience can completely. And the Ministry of Ghana, first of all, one man 73 million, say one for Lightwave and finance through a mediator and resolve the problem we are. A human Lightwave here in Alaska and in because plenty of Polybuni Gino Biana. I cannot say or start for him to from.
But doctor,
start Katani said, data no any Ghana. Now, instead before I'm ready, put in the X-ray. Yeah, committee the IFL steering committee for Lightwave project, you know. And we are poor almost shut a project no come. Now, when this is the constitution of the committee, the Minister of Health is the chairperson. Director General of Ghana Service account, IT officers and CEOs of all teaching hospitals, and IT officers from Ministry of Health. On him there, it is MPP Abayawo every quarter, after every 3-4 months, that committee which I know much say human question. This is by a 1 year, Honorable Akando and 1 meeting. I'm telling you on authority, IT officers now Akando they call here press conference, you know. Okay. Outside IT officers. Akando has refused to even work with the IT officers, our Ministry of Health. Can you imagine?
Say, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, a former Minister of Health. That is an Kobo this LIMS, Games, Ghana Health Insurance, Private Health Insurance, Oko Hospital, na Oko Fafoda, Oko Hospital, na do card, HTN, you data, you know, the amount, na Dr. Etmia show. I won't say same, but say I cried a woman yourself. I buy see a man the best I was swim back and tem. Na the new company na about on board, no, and from to have some data be together, Naja. Yankee started from them. Now, maybe I show video be. Say, I know people near Fiama Quarter Look at one. It's about Sojenia or call pharmacy shop. Now, Oko Shin Crofo, all because was Mammy Ako to a drab brand, a drone Pacotoeno. Yam said, yes, a drone, or Quack, the sick back, and the catcher say, pharmacy not to a dra, yen San Farmer back. And say, farming 2 months, but she's a video. You could be a Hong Kong.
Today what? What? You know what? Hey, what could you have to do? So I am with you. Hey, you say?
Okay, enti who abube fu ba sam no kese akwa akwache no soja ni no yakọ akwa akwache no se mpacho sa video ni so ready ai ma amanfo ehwe soja ni no kodi sa nyambra sem e o pharmacy no yakọ akwache nto nie Asifem na etorabia okan wasemu ajanka. You just leave it to Ghana Armed Forces, the Chief of Defense Staff, and then pay for the ministry. Say into 1 month. Some of these things need to be talked also. And my name Kosusa or Yememo. And you say, but you are said to be job could do service. I say, why are you arresting? They arrest you to come and eat fufu. Happy birthday, confirm Henrietta Richman, aka Chef Nettie, Chef Hetty of Cafe Bar Noir. Oh, okay, Chef. Happy birthday, call F my shoe on the best. Nyaminyo kese. Because it's obeye kesepa from Fantidor, Mame Boatima, and I will separate him. Then all big game team, you know, Chef Mrs. Henrietta Richman, aka Chef Hetty of Cafe Bar Noir. A happy birthday. I make out say Hogbeja 2025 Grand Deba and so Edronum. So yen share yen kai say a grand festival ya e baso ewo aloga Hogbe Park. Mfaches mamudi yamfachem pa nyabo apayo. So me that we ya na ye share as your 1st November. Me that we nyina me that we ya na sa Grand Deba no but tie nyina fie no nyam ko teche na enye first so akobi da obon say yes a nice a colorful event. Yeah, you always wish to be there. Hobeja 2025 is here. You say don't miss it. Me did akwasi insiana say kese koma production team enyina ochina da for cause na hwe Adom TV yakra.